Welcome back to Instabills, everyone. So I'm going to go over an update with you guys on the S&P 500, the 500 largest stocks in the market, showing us exactly how the market has been moving. Again, we have three scenarios here. We have CPI inflation reports coming out tomorrow, and then we also do have Russia and Ukraine news that could develop to be a de-escalation. Ukraine's President Zelensky mentioned today that he's more willing to compromise, so we will be looking for what Putin's next move will be, but we are leading into CPI inflation reports coming out tomorrow morning. So I'm going to go over these three scenarios with you guys. And again, if you happen to be interested in intraday perspective breakouts, meaning breakouts within the same day, go to instabills.com in the description below, and you will never miss a breakout like today again. So we did get a bounce today. Again, we did have a bounce in pre-market. We did mention if we did get a white shaded line, then we could have an increase in volume and we could get a bounce. And sure enough, we did get a bounce. But as you guys can see, we did get rejected just below our 427 level. As you guys can see, we did not hold the body of the candle above our 427 level. So again, this could be a rejection to have a continuation on down, as we do have CPI inflation reports tomorrow. We're going to see exactly how the market reacts, because if we do not drop down below 415 and we do not digest below 410 and we do not continue on down, then in my opinion, we could have a strong bounce. So we're going to keep an eye on the CPI inflation report and exactly how the market reacts tomorrow to see exactly which levels we do bounce off of leading into next week. So again, if we do have a positive CPI report, then of course we would have a major continuation. We would be looking for that break over 427 and that increase in volume. Again, we did get an increase in buy volume today. But we need to make sure we do get a continuation in buy volume, and we need a strong push here to break out of this 427 level that we're looking for here. So I would want to see if we can at least break above a couple of our previous volume points to see if we can get that momentum to the upside. But however, we are not expecting a positive CPI report. Again, we do have Russia and Ukraine news that we are looking for a de-escalation from. So again, if we get a negative CPI report and for some reason we do get a de-escalation within the next 12 hours before our CPI report, that could give us a positive outlook, and we could have a possible bounce here at 415 or 410 and have that strong continuation, as we could have P stocks with the negative CPI, which could give us a strong bounce at these 415, 410 levels. So we will keep an eye on this Russia and Ukraine news. Now, if we do hold over 415 and we can reclaim 427 after our CPI report, then in my opinion, we could have a possible bounce back. As you guys can see previously, we did have a low, and then we created a lower low like we have currently, and we had a pullback. We did not drop into lower lows. We did not have that continuation on down, as a lot of people suspected at this point in time. And then we did have a bounce, got rejected above our 50-day moving average, looking for our 20 to cross back over our 50. And just as we broke into new highs above that bounce, we got that continuation with our 20 jumping back over our 50. So we're going to keep an eye on the SPY, see exactly how we do react with CPI inflation reports. Again, if we do stay over 415 and we can reclaim 427 after CPI reports and no positive news comes out of Russia's news, then we could have a continuation here. We will keep an eye on this. Again, watching the volume and looking at our buy pressure will be very key. Now, looking at the RSI here, as you guys can see, we do have oversold below our 30 RSI and overbought over our 70 RSI. As you guys can see, we do have our RSI now pointing up. The last couple days, we did have our RSI pointing down, showing us that we still could continue on down. Again, we did have bullish divergence. We had a bounce here. So the question is, are we going to continue on with this bullish divergence, or are we going to continue on down? And one very strong indication of that would be breaking below our previous lows that we had here. And that would show us that stronger move down here on the RSI, looking for levels at that point in time probably, and continuing on down. So we will keep the RSI on the watch here on the daily chart as well. But again, we do have our EMA lines below our MACD, showing us that we still could continue on down. We did get our white shaded line that we were looking for to have a bounce. So if we do continue on with buy pressure, again, if we do get a positive CPI report, or if we do get better news from Russia and Ukraine, then we will have that strong increase in buy pressure, in my opinion, and we'll have a strong break here in the market over 427. So tomorrow's CPI reactions will be very key. It will be coming out at 5:30 a.m. Pacific time, 8:30 a.m. Eastern time. So definitely check out exactly how futures look at that point in time, so you can get an idea on how exactly the market may move going into open. Now, again, with that said, if you are looking for intraday perspective breakouts, meaning breakouts within the same day, go to instabills.com in the description below, and only for $15 a month, you guys will never miss a breakout like today again. And again, all of you Instabills that have been supporting the channel every single day, I appreciate every one of you guys. We will stay strong in the Instabills room no matter how bad the market does get, no matter how choppy it does get. We do have our breakouts throughout the day, and just staying focused on volume throughout the day and which levels we do have throughout the day to have those stronger breaks on whatever stock it is that we see throughout the day. So again, just staying focused on the market and staying focused on these levels throughout the day on every single stock that we have been. And again, if you guys do like this video, it does help other people find it, and it does help the channel grow, and I do appreciate it very much. And again, God bless you all, and I'll see you guys in pre-market.